It's not about you. It's not about me. It's not about whoever's providing the service. It's about the customer. Hey, it's customer service expert, author, and speaker Adam Toporek, and I am here to talk about an experience I just had, and it wasn't a great one. So this has happened to me at this store twice before, and it underlines a crucial part of customer experience, customer service, and it is this principle. The customer experience is about the customer. It's not about you. It's not about me. It's not about whoever's providing the service. It's about the customer. So let me tell you what happened at this store. It's a upscale type of like organic store. It's a competitor of Whole Foods. It's actually not Whole Foods, but a similar type store. And we go there regularly. It's in the neighborhood. And 2 times I've been there. My wife usually does the shopping, just the way it works out. And she has these little bags and earth-friendly, recycle, user bags, all that. So when I've been in there, I don't have the bags in my car. I don't usually do the shopping. And on 2 separate occasions with 2 separate people, I've been asked if I want to purchase one of those bags. And usually it's just a few items. If I'm in there, I just say no. We'll use the plastic bags. We love the earth, but we'll use them for something. We put shoes in them, whatever. So I don't do it. Both times, I've gotten like the worst attitude. Now, they don't necessarily say anything, but they get very judgy. The smile goes away. And it's very interesting because basically it's a little bit of a guilt trip, right? I'm getting a guilt trip from a store which I am giving my business to, from a store which I could easily go down the street and give my business to their competition. And of course the manager is not doing this, the owners or shareholders aren't doing this, the frontline rep is doing it. And it's fine if you believe that everybody should buy these bags and never use a disposable bag. That's great. I understand that people are going to have occasions where they don't want to buy one just to have another one because it was a quick trip, my particular case. And that's fine if you have that ethic, though. If that's your belief, that's great. Here's the thing. It shouldn't be part of the customer experience. And this ethic goes through all types of customer service and customer experience. It's one of the things that's often a challenge for frontline reps and something we have to train on, which is bringing yourself into the customer experience, bringing your own opinions and attitudes when they're not relevant to what's happening, when they're not relevant to the experience the customer is trying to have, and bringing these into the experience. So a lot of times it's TMI, right? Frontline reps will just share too much information. They'll talk about how they're feeling. They'll talk about what's going on at home. And particularly in a customer situation, where it's like more of a one-time transaction, there's not a relationship necessarily between the frontline rep and the person on the other end of the phone or the other end of the cash register, whatever it may be. This becomes much more inappropriate. Now, in a client relationship where there's a deeper relationship, there's a question as to how much you should share. And there's a level, I think, that's appropriate and not appropriate, and it very much depends on context. But whenever you're sharing, let's take the client relationship, because I come from a service business where there are client relationships, and I've seen a lot of oversharing. I've seen a lot of that personal relationship going too far, crossing the bounds of sort of professional decorum and crossing the bounds of what's good for the customer. And what happens when somebody goes too far, or they share too much, and it's in that client relationship where there is a deeper sort of connection and interaction, is that it actually undercuts the professionalism. It undercuts the professional nature of the relationship. And when things don't go well, when there's a misstep or a problem, a lot of times this crossing of the lines can come back to bite both the service rep and the organization. And I think what happens is underlying this is that idea that the customer experience is about the customer. That even if you are sharing more and you're not in that type of client situation and you are even becoming friends in some really deep client relationships, which happens, even when you're doing that, it's sort of knowing where the line is, knowing where you're making it about you instead of about the customer. But whenever it's about you and not the customer, and your own personal ethics, how you feel about politics, how you feel about the weather, how you feel about your manager or your colleagues, how you feel about anything that doesn't help the customer experience, then it's not about them anymore. It's about you. So just remember, the customer experience is for customers. It is not about you. It is not about me. And The way to create great customer experiences is definitely making sure they're centered around the customer. And one of the ways to do that is being aware of this very principle. Well, I'm Adam Toporek, and you can find me at customersthatstick.com. And please make sure to subscribe, and of course, subscribe.